Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We are listening to you. It's time now for Fifth Host, where your comments are actually part of the discussion. Today is April 20th, or 420, and many people today are celebrating marijuana. Marijuana is legalized in 9 states and in the U.S., and the majority of Americans think that marijuana should be legal. So we want to know what side of the green line you stand on. So we asked DBL Nation, do you want marijuana to be legal in your community? Take it away, Sam.
Thank you so much, Tori. Let's get right to your comments, DBL Nation, because you guys are lit up. No pun intended. Dawn Kabanksky, watching in Denver on KUSA, writes, I absolutely would not. I think it was one of the worst things that Colorado did to legalize it. In my opinion, it has made Denver a much less desirable place to live. Everywhere I go, I have to smell it. I feel less safe being in public because of it. Chip Didier writes, marijuana is the gateway to stronger drugs. Do not legalize. Doctors, lawyers, bus drivers, teachers, do you really mind them being high at work? Think.
Wow. Well, I'm on that side. I don't agree with the legalization of marijuana. Even though a congressman I worked for 7 years, this was a big issue for him. As a Republican, he's more libertarian. And I understand the failure and the war on drugs side of it. And I think he was for legalizing it. He was for legalizing, yeah. And it's a big issue for him still to this day in California. But I just, I've looked at some of the statistics here in Colorado. And to Al's point, I know you had made this before about the incarceration of young black men and the issues with that. Well, the Colorado Department of Public Safety released statistics that said that 58% of black youth, 29% of Latino youth, the increase in arrests because of illegal marijuana possession, because of the black market that it's created. So I thought that was interesting. So it's not really the legalization hasn't really done what you would think it would do to reduce that.
But it has in other countries. It has in other countries.
It's not here. We're not other countries. I'm telling you exactly what's happening right now in Colorado.
I don't think we've had enough time to look at it as opposed to
6 years?
I don't know 2012? If that. I would love to see that study or whatever that data
is. It's the Colorado Department of Public Safety.
I will look into it because you also have to account for other variables when it comes to where they're policing and the disproportionate amount of white people and black people.
But the point is, it's still affecting black communities in a negative way, and it's exacerbating a problem that you would think that it was supposed to be designed to help.
All right, we can't get to it.
Okay, Melanie Albrecht writes, if alcohol kills people and it's legal, why not legalize marijuana, which doesn't kill anyone? Legalize it. Al, I'll let you button this up.
Yeah, well, legalizing it, we also, we can kind of continue with what you were saying. Legalizing it doesn't always absolve you. If you are on probation, which a lot of brown people are, if you're on probation, smoking marijuana or drinking alcohol can result in your probation being violated and you going back to jail, and you are subject to face full sentencing. So if, like, let's say you got in a fist fight at the mall and then you smoke some weed, now you're subject to a full sentence instead of just like going back to probation. So watch out. Even though it's legalized, it still doesn't help the people that it's aimed at.
Let's get Ebony in real quick.
Well,
what are your feelings about legalizing marijuana?
I think about it on, the health side and the political side. And some of the research that I've seen that talks about alcohol and talks about marijuana, it's just kind of like, do you really see or hear of people having car accidents from being high versus
in Colorado, in Denver.
Okay.
The statistics have shown that car accidents have gone up.
Well, and then let's go back to prohibition before even alcohol was legal. Before alcohol was legal, people had to sneak and get it.
People are going to find a way to get it.
They had to find a way to get it. And when that was legalized and the government was able to get money, then why? My point is, if it is legalized, then I want a situation where all the black men that are incarcerated right now for these little small infractions, and we should look at that. That's my point.
Yeah,
we talk about health or politics.
It's a great point.